Hello there, today I'm going to show you how to make this easy trajectory line in your Unity game. If you'd like to play the full game, it's available on Steam for only $1. Now let's begin with the video. The advantage of using this code is that it doesn't rely on using two scenes, so the game will perform better. First of all, you will need to create the object that we are gonna use to display the trajectory. In my case, I already had the ball, as you can see here. Select your object and add these components. First, a rigid body. Add a collider as well. Add a line renderer too. You can copy the settings shown and adjust them if you need. Finally, you can add a trail renderer if you want a little trail when the object is in the air. It gives it a cool effect. Once you added everything, create a new script. To keep things more organized from other stuff, I will add a header. First off, add a vector 3 for the initial position of the drag. Then another vector 3 for the final position of the drag. If your camera projection is set to perspective, you will use vector 3, but if it's set to orthographic, you will use vector 2. Add a vector 3 for the velocity. This will later be added to the rigid body, so it goes flying. Add a reference to the line renderer. Add a public float for step distance. This will be useful later to reduce the length of the trajectory in order to improve performance. Add an integer for the maximum trajectory iterations. Add a public float for the force. This will be used to calculate the velocity later on. And finally, a reference to the rigid body. Now in the start function, we are going to get the components of the line renderer and the rigid body. Then set your rigid body to kinematic, so it stays in place until it gets launched. Afterwards, we are gonna use this code posted by the people at Space Ape Games. I'll leave a link in the description. In my case, I will change every vector 2 to vector 3. Finally, don't forget to put the step distance in the time step float, like this. After that, go to your update function. We are now going to get the drag start position. So when the player holds the mouse button down, we calculate the position of the drag, like this. Let's continue with the next part. Now we are going to calculate the drag end position and the velocity, then set the trajectory line to our line renderer. And now for the final part for when the player releases the mouse press. Now you can go back to your Unity and set the values for the trajectory iterations, step distance and force. I'm gonna use these values because they work correctly in my game. Okay, so let's try it out. Nice. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.